do it.
No turkey time for me this
Yeah,
week.
not for you.
You're a busy guy.
Tomorrow or
no,
next
week
not
we're
next
due
weekend.
Sunday.
That's it.
Still grateful for everything that's out there in this world.
Yeah, exactly. And grateful for this little piece of knowledge that I've just learned because I did not know that this existed.
Okay.
So apparently the International Drivers Association says that Canadians have to be aware and cautious of the fact that if you leave an agitated parking note on someone's car, you know what I'm talking about?
Yep,
Maybe you've received one, maybe you've left one, you could potentially get a fine. Often drivers resort to leaving these notes on a windshield, let's say, saying that they're angry about where someone is parked. Apparently, you can get a fine as much as $2,000, something drivers may want to avoid by seeking a more civilized approach at trying to figure this whole situation out.
So, number one, have you guys ever left a note on a car? Never.
I've received one recently.
Oh,
What did yours say?
So I was
no.
where my dental office is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of construction happening right now. There's a high rise that's happening.
Okay.
So there was no parking at all. So I went down a few streets, found an area to park where it was right side of the street to park. And then I had a note that somebody said, please do not park in front of my home.
Oh, but so were you allowed to park
Yes.
there?
You're allowed to park there.
I was allowed
They
to park
just
there.
didn't want you
They
to
didn't
be.
want anybody parking in front of their home.
That's strange.
It was written in a way that next time, please don't park in front of my home.
So
And I
it
was
was
like, but I'm like, you can see what's going on here.
Yeah.
The same token, I think where you could get a fine, maybe not for a note like that, it's
Yeah.
probably
No.
when it's threatening.
It's
Yeah,
an
yeah.
angry note.
Angry
yes.
So it's a threatening note. This was
Yes.
one that was informing me.
Yes.
That I do not like
yeah.
anyone parking in front of me.
But a lot of people now just shame others, meaning they take a photo of said car parked in maybe handicap parking,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
parked
Yep,
across two different spots,
Or bike lane.
bike
or
lane.
bike lanes,
Yeah,
and
put it on
post it on
social.
social
Yep.
media and let everybody else kind of have comment on it.
Yes.
Yeah, and I feel like I feel like leaving a note is a bit on the aggressive side, but there are three things that notes that they give you on how you should take this on. Otherwise,
Right.
one of them is
Okay, so number one, first of all, I'm going to give you the three fines. You can get a monetary fine, criminal charges, right?
If it's a threat.
If it's a
Yeah.
threat,
Yeah.
and increased insurance premiums, first of all.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Why?
other ways that you
Why
can...
would it be an increased insurance?
Because they say that violations of public order norms can result in increased car insurance premiums. That means, AKA, insurance companies just want to charge you more for
any
anything.
reason.
Yeah.
So just
Any
don't do
reason,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just don't do it. So the three alternative ways that you can handle this: informing the authorities. Don't leave a note. Instead, venting it out there. Just call the authorities, report it. They may not respond right away, but at least you got that
Put
out
it
of your
out.
system.
Pretty busy right now.
Yeah,
A little bit.
right? A little bit. Encouraging driveway etiquette. So advocate for and practice good parking habits to set an example.
I don't know if that's gonna work. Yeah. But the last one is what got me.
Keeping lines of communication open. If possible, directly engage with the offending driver to discuss and find a resolution to the problem, ensuring you remain courteous
Directly
at all
engage
times.
and remain
Yeah.
courteous at all times.
I've
How
seen that.
often do you see
Yeah,
that?
you saw that on the 401, what happened.
Oh
They
yeah.
Directly engaged.
Oh yeah, they're
recently.
rolling around. Yeah.
Yeah.
On the highway.
Yes, I think that's
Yeah.
a dangerous way
100%.
to go.
Yes.
I think leaving the note is almost like you left a note, as long as you're not, being aggressive or, confrontational in that note and saying maybe, hey, you parked between two.
I just say, let it be. There's
I
other
let it
things
be.
happening.
I let it go.
And just
Just
drive
move on with your day.
There's going to be bigger things in your life that happen than
Exactly.
that. Just let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
In
My-
the words of Elsa.
My mom will never leave a note, but she is that person. Maybe she left a note on your car. I don't know where your dentist is, but if you park in front of her house,
Really?
she's very angry.
But why?
There's no reason, there's no logical reason why. She just doesn't want you in front of her house.
Okay.
That's all. So there are people out there with that.
With that issue.
One other thing to make you smile then this morning after, it was this weekend. Thanksgiving weekend was lovely. I'm thankful for this. I'm going to show you some video right now of Stella Acquisto making her debut.
Hey!
It's a wiggle. Okay, so Isla and I were able to go and see this, and we saw it firsthand. Stella got to be an honorary wiggle for this performance down at
I'm here,
Coca-Cola
Liz.
Coliseum.
She must be a rock star to her kids right
Oh
now.
my goodness.
yeah.
Well, watch. Layla and Gigi were there in the audience as well. As she came up, she did a couple of numbers with them. Like, this is huge.
That's really
Right?
cool.
Her kids were so happy. Isn't that adorable?
That's adorable.
So just want to shout out one of our own here who got to have an experience that not a lot of people do. Not a lot of people get to put on that Wiggles shirt. So
Uniform.
it's very cool.
Yeah, that's
Very cool.
amazing.
Good job.
Yeah,
Good job.
something nice.
amazing.
Way better than a no bad parking. There were no such thing as bad parking at the Wiggles.
No.
Yeah, never. It was all good. It was all good. All right. Right now it's 6:28 here on Breakfast Television. We're going to head to break now. We're going to say good morning to Sid after the break, and we'll have your top stories as well. Thanks for joining us. You're watching BT.